Let's take you back to 1983, 2 years before I was born. A bedroom coder named Mervyn J Estcourt releases Deathchase for the ZX Spectrum, a celebrated game where you relentlessly hunt down bikers and blast them into nothingness. He releases one other game after this, a racer by the name of Full Throttle, the very next year, and then he himself disappears. At least as far as the gaming world goes. Now this similar story can be told many times for many of the other bedroom coders of the era. Some of them stuck around and reached even greater heights. Others also stuck around but perhaps didn't quite hit those early day peaks again. And others donned big papier-mâché heads and dedicated the rest of their lives to their love of Manchester. But a lot of them, after getting out the brilliant ideas they had, just left the table, never to return. And if you've created a game as intense and as brilliant as Deathchase, then perhaps there isn't all that much left to be said. Okay, fast forward a few years. My parents bought me a Spectrum in 1988, and this game was one of the first I had for it. Back in those halcyon days when you could buy games like this from your corner shop for a couple of quid and still have enough left over for a whole tube of toffos. And I've been gaming pretty much ever since, but Deathchase has never left me. Even when I encounter a thoroughly modern beast of a game with all the explosions and effects and bells and whistles you'd expect from such a thing, one of the first things I ask myself is, do I get the same feeling, or even more so, from this game than I do from playing Deathchase? Now if the answer's yes, then I know that I'm dealing with something special. This game is a benchmark, pure and uncut gameplay. It may have never even seen the inside of an arcade, but this is the definitive classic arcade title for me. You can keep those Pac-Mans, Donkey Kongs and Defenders. They don't have anything on this game, believe me. So what makes Deathchase? Is it that feeling of power, the revving of the 48k engine? The fact that in so many games you're the one who's being chased, but here you're doing the chasing? Those bikers in front never fire back, all they can do is run and hope that you collide into a tree before you get the chance to send a rocket up their tailpipe. In the early sectors you could be excused for thinking that you're riding through the Sahara, but around about sector 3 or so, things start to escalate just a little, until eventually our bikes are weaving in and out of the frickin' New Forest here. You have 7 sectors to contend with, and then the game repeats, never ending until you've lost the usual 3 lives. And that's all there is really, aside from the occasional tank or the chopper on the horizon that nets you a bonus if you can pick it out, but may also lead you into a tree if you're not careful. Deathchase is so simple and effective that it always makes you feel connected. This isn't a game that you can really be out of, simply playing for the sake of playing. Once you're deep into the game, trying to find those clearings and avoiding inserting your teeth into some bark, everything else just stops. Needless to say, such a game is incredibly addictive. You won't even have time to think, just one more go, because you'll have already pressed the start button. Just what more do you need than this? I mean, I should know, because I've been playing this game for over 20 years, and I don't think I'll be stopping anytime soon. After I've finished this narration, I'll probably stick it on again and another half hour or so of my life will just disappear. You shouldn't just take my word for it. Deathchase made #1 on your Sinclair's list of the all-time greatest Spectrum games. And at the end of the write-up for it, a young gun named Stuart Campbell said, "What have you got to lose? Except the rest of your life, that is." And damn him, he was absolutely right.